Season high in rushing yards this year for Chase Brown is 47. He's been outside the top 24 in running backs each week.
Baker mother effing Mayfield, okay? 4 last-minute comeback wins.
It's the Kansas City Chiefs, man. The dynasty's over. It's over.
Let's go.
Mr. Swift, go get married. Get out of here.
Welcome in, beautiful people, to this week's episode of High Fiber Sports. Get your fiber in. Matt Kobold, Brad McDonald, and back with us tonight, our LA Charger representative from Indianapolis, Indiana, Kyle Jennings. Kyle, breaking news came out today. Omarion Hampton, let us know what's going on with that Charger backfield.
Yeah, so what's going on? Chargers are the unluckiest team in the NFL. Let's start there. I don't know. From a fantasy perspective, we've got Kamani Vidal, 6th-round pick last year out of Troy. And we have Hassan Haskins, Michigan man with Harbaugh, and Amar Johnson, who was number 1 in yards per carry in the preseason. So, hey, we got some positive stuff there. I don't know. I think it's probably Hassan Haskins' backfield. He's who Harbaugh trusts. He's been with them in college. He's the best pass protector, which Harbaugh really values, and Herbert's been getting killed. We have the worst offensive line in the league. That's another story. But, yeah, probably Haskins the starter. Kamani Vidal will probably take the third down back role. But it's just going to be a rough one. With the way our line is, they're not blocking for passing. They're not blocking for rushing. I don't see a lot of production coming out of the backfield at all, unfortunately.
Good call out there on Haskins being with Harbaugh in Michigan. Brad, what's going on with you? Any thoughts on the Chargers backfield there?
You know I'm a Niners fan, so if you want any sympathy, you're not going to get it from me, okay? Because we seem to be doing just fine with a bunch of Pro Bowlers on IR route now. Now, I will say, obviously, Chargers struggles are related to missing your 2 best tackles. I mean, when you're missing your tackles, well, shit. What are you going to do? Then all your running backs go down. I don't know how they're going to be able to sustain it. I believe in Harbaugh. That'll be an interesting story. Otherwise, I'm just happy my Niners survived. I picked them to lose us last week. I'm not going to lie.
Everybody did.
I don't know how the hell we pulled that one off, so I am giddy right now. I am good.
Yeah, everybody had the Niners losing on Thursday to the Rams. Kyle, I didn't ask you, what's up with you? What's going on with you before we get into more football talk?
Just working, man. Just working. You're working towards the goal of, being an owner, and that's it, man. And watching football. That's my day off. Sundays are my church, man.
Sundays is religion, man. That's church.
They're the Lord.
That's right. That's church all day. That's right.
Fellas, the saying any given Sunday is thrown around a lot in the NFL, but it was never more relevant maybe. This past Sunday, we had a lot of underdogs pulling off upsets. Stop me anywhere here, boys. The Panthers were down 17 to Miami, came back and won. The Broncos were down 14 in the fourth quarter in Philadelphia as plus 180 underdogs. They came back and won. The Saints were down 11 to the Giants, came back and won. Commanders were down 10 at your Chargers, Kyle, as plus 140 underdogs. They rip off 27 straight. They come back and win. Patriots, plus 325 dogs on the road. Sunday Night Football in Buffalo. They win. And, of course, my Tennessee Titans, boys. Did we see the game?
I saw the highlights.
Yeah. I was watching the whole thing, man. I got the red zone. Oh, my God, that was nuts.
My Titans down 18 in Arizona, plus 430 underdogs, come back and win. Arizona, they were up 21-6 in the fourth quarter. Was going to go up 28-6 if Amari DiMercato didn't fumble before crossing the goal line. My goodness, we got another dipshit of the year candidate, Amari DiMercato. We're throwing him into the mix. Would have went up 28-6 with the extra point there. But we know what happened. Arizona, they were up 21-12 with less than 5 minutes remaining. But they fumbled an interception. The same guy kicks it, slaps it into the end zone. Tyler Lockett falls on it, baby. We come back, get the ball, touchdown. Come back, get the ball again. Joey Sly walk off. My goodness, there's two shorts out there in the High Fiber Sports YouTube feed. That was the craziest comeback I've seen in a very, very long time. Brad, any given Sunday, what do you think about this past week in the NFL?
Wild. That is the craziest finish I've ever seen to an NFL game. I have no idea how it happened. Everything had to line up for that to go that way. And, yeah, I'm sure Callahan is just counting his lucky stars right now that ended up the way it did. Because without that, obviously, he would be on a very hot seat right now. He basically gained himself a couple of weeks.
Yeah, good point there. Good point. Cam Ward with that ball to Calvin Ridley on the last drive.
Yeah,
Oh, my goodness.
delicious.
That was
That
juicy.
was delicious.
Kyle, any thoughts from these underdogs winning, these comeback wins from this past Sunday?
I mean, like Brad said, that Titans Cardinals game, I don't know if we'll ever see an ending like that again. Every possible thing. Buffalo Wild Wings had those commercials where they're like, "Hey, like let's extend the game." That's what it actually felt like. It was like, no way he just got the game-sealing interception, fumbled it, and they kicked it into the end zone and they pick it up. Like, no way.
Wild.
No way
Yeah.
the guy breaks
Wild.
off on the basically game-sealing touchdown and drops the ball at the 1 yard line. Like, somebody's going to get investigated for insider gambling, man. I'm telling you, somebody in the Cardinals, a couple of them.
I don't think the Titans fans should be excited
No,
about that
no.
because all
You
that
want that
did
pick.
was lessen their chances to get the first
You want
overall
that
pick because that
Right.
game is a loss. It is a loss all
Sure.
day. Yeah. So I guess it gives you satisfaction for 1 week, but overall, I think that's a loss. Yeah.
I'm hoping for top three, fellas. I'm hoping for top three, and then
You're
maybe
gonna
trade,
get it.
and maybe trading back and compiling some assets.
Yeah.
That might be
Fair
the goal.
enough.
Fellas, it's week 6 in the NFL season. We've got two teams on bye this week, the Houston Texans and the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota coming from London the last couple weeks. So for fantasy, you got Justin Jefferson, you got Nico Collins, Jordan Addison, you need a replacement. Jordan Mason, Woody skid marks for the Houston Texans, not doing anything last week. You relying on those guys, you need replacements. But today we're going to talk about some disappointing teams, some possible busts in fantasy. But let's talk about the leaderboard for the most prestigious award in the NFL, the MVP. Brad, throwing it to you here, brother. What do you have for us about the MVP race after 5 weeks in the NFL season?
Well, outside of Josh Allen repeating, I think we're going to finally have a shakeup at the top of the leaderboard because realistically, the last few years, you could have given it to Jackson or Allen, whichever, and be like, oh, toss up, sure, that's fine. You've seen some other guys this year. I hate the narrative that exists with the MVP is that you have to be on a winning team. I feel like, honestly, Joe Burrow could have been in higher consideration last year with how well he played. And going into this year, my top 3 guys, I'm going to go bottom to top. So number 3 would be Josh Allen. He's just doing Josh Allen things. I know it's boring, but if he continues this all year long, he's going to win it again, probably. 2 is a team I hate so much in my soul.
Say it.
Dak Prescott. I can't hate, man. The guy is playing his goddamn ass off without CeeDee Lamb. Like, I can't say anything negative about him with a straight face. So you've got to give him like his numbers this year. I think 71% completion percentage, 1,356 yards, 10 TDs, 3 picks, 101.1 rating. He's having a hell of a year. I can't with how shit their defense is, and as much as they know the ball is going to be thrown to still not be turning the ball over a bunch. Hats off to them for even having 2 wins right now. And my number 1 is who I called as my sleeper. Baker mother effing Mayfield. Okay. 4 last minute comeback wins. And that 1 interception was a first down. He really screwed that one up against the Eagles, throwing that there. He had more attempts. He could have won that one too. They could be undefeated. All on comeback wins on his shoulders. I've never seen a quarterback do this many times this early in a year. I don't think it's even close right now with the MVP vote. You can say statistics, but just 4 fourth quarter wins. Done. I'm done. Fellas, Kyle, what's up?
I mean, I'd have the same 3 as you, but Baker, 4 comeback win. It's week 5. It's week 5. I mean, he's only got. There's one game that he hasn't. The one game that they lost, he hasn't came back. It's.
And he almost did.
It's he's playing at an unreal level, and I'm just really happy for him. Baker, what the Browns did to him, just getting rid of him, saying, hey, you're not good enough after he takes him to the playoffs for the first time in like 17 years. And now seeing his comeback story, going from a practice squad with the Panthers, to getting cut by them, to having that one game on the Rams with one day of, not even one
Prime
full
time.
day, with like 8 hours to learn the playbook. And he lit it up, got his opportunity with the Bucs, and now here he is, leading the MVP board. So, what a story for people to, really, look at and be like, hey, man, just keep going. Keep believing in yourself. Keep fighting. Because Baker got his swagger back.
Hell yeah, dude. That game with the Rams is one of the most impressive, I think, games that people like, myself included, that have no idea what it's like to play professional quarterback. That to come into a system and looked that good that fast was unbelievable. That showed why he was the number 1 overall pick. What do you think of the race right now, Matt?
Boy, Big Balls Baker, he's got to be in it. He's got to be in it with those comebacks.
In it.
It's a discussion right now, boys. It's 5 weeks. You can throw 5, 6, 7, 8 names into the mix. Sure, is he leading? Probably, with all those comebacks. Probably, okay? Big Balls Baker, hell of a start. I see a brew bet here, Brad. Baker top 10. You and Doug in the top 10. I'm outside. He's QB3. He's looking good. I'm looking like a queef on that one right now. I agree with you. Josh Allen and Dak Prescott are also in that top 4 for me. I'll throw one more name into the mix, fellas. His team's 4-1. I know you said you don't like the record, but NFL, you gotta win games to get the MVP. Mm-hmm. His team is 4-1. He leads the NFL in completion percentage at 75.2%. He leads the NFL in passing touchdowns with 12, and he is second in quarterback rating. It's not a sexy pick. Jared Goff of the Detroit Lions, fellas. I'm going to throw his name into the mix. I believe he was 5th in MVP last year.
He should be in it every year, and he's not. No one talks about him enough. You're right.
Leads the NFL in completion percentage and passing touchdowns. 75%. That's efficient,
insane.
boys. I'll give you that for my top 4, Brad.
I like that call out there with Goof. Like, everyone always, he gets a bad rating. I think because he kind of sounded like a moron back in the day when he did like Hard Knocks when he was the Rams quarterback. People kind of thought he wasn't that smart after that, and he just needed to change the scenery. I love the story. I love me. I love the comeback quarterbacks. I love it, and so good for him. He should definitely be in there. But yeah, I guess he's just been dominating so much outside of Week 1 versus the Packers that it's not really been much to watch. Because they're already up by a couple of touchdowns. Well, the game's getting over, and Baker's always fucking down in the 4th quarter, and so it's a wild one. So I've seen the end of every single one of the Bucs games so far this year. It's just been insane. So I see what you're saying. Consistency-wise, you can't argue with Goof.
Yeah.
Jared Goof. Talk about an overreaction after Week 1 when the Packers beat the Lions by 2 touchdowns, and now look what has happened to both of those teams. Talk about overreaction after Week 1.
I just think I think with Goff, my thing is it's an MVP, most valuable player, and this is completely eye test, but Baker's more valuable to the Bucs than Goff is to the Lions. I feel like you could take 15 other quarterbacks and put them on the Lions with the talent they have, and they'd be playing pretty similar. And that's not no disrespect to Jared Goff. It's just he's in a good situation and he's making the most of it. But I think that's why I don't even think about him when it comes to the MVP, because of just the talent that surrounds him in that room. And I think for MVP, it's who's carrying, which is why I agree with what Brad said about Burrow last year. It was that offense versus the world. They had to put up, 40 points a game just to even have a chance to win. So the fact that they were doing that, I just put a little bit more weight into that, I think.
Well, and I didn't even bring up the injuries on the Bucks offensive line either, which is why I think that puts him way above anyone else just because of that. So yeah, that's my thoughts. I think Baker's killing it. I'm a huge fan. Side of Brock Purdy, second best quarterback in the NFL.
Moving along here this week on High Fiber Sports, I want to look at a couple fantasy busts. Are they busts? Are they not? Busty or Crusty? I want you guys to put a label on these players. Are they a bust? You're dropping them, looking to trade them. Or are they just crusty, just a little flaky? You just need to hang them out to dry a little bit, wait on them, be patient. Two receivers I'm going to throw at you first. Big dogs drafted at the position. A.J. Brown, currently wide receiver 41. In week 1, he had 1 catch for 8 yards on 1 target. Week 4, he had 2 catches for 7 yards on 9 targets. He's 23rd in the NFL in targets, so not the production you want, but still not terrible, 23rd in targets. But he's been wide receiver 46 in fantasy or worse in 4 out of 5 games. Other receiver is Brian Thomas Jr., wide receiver 40 on the season. He was wide receiver 4 last year as a rookie, fellas. I was juicing about him, over 1,280 yards, 10 touchdowns. You know, you see Travis Hunter get selected number 2, so you're thinking, oh, maybe he's getting all the value. Maybe he's the big dog there. No, Travis Hunter's wide receiver 63.
End, baby.
Over 3 receptions in a game just once, no touchdowns. Is it Trevor Lawrence? Is it Jalen Hurts' fault, Kyle? Busty or Crusty? A.J. Brown, Brian Thomas Jr., how you feeling?
Real quick, trying to get some understanding. Dynasty or?
Just sure, Dynasty. Sure.
I'm going to say that A.J. Brown, I think he's busty. I wouldn't be surprised if with the way, first of all, I hate the Eagles offensive coordinator, Patullo, whatever. His offense is horrible. I don't know if you guys, I know you guys have, but watching their offense, it's boring. They're just beating everybody in the face, and it's just like, we're not going to ever take a risk. We're not going to throw, which lends very bad to both A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. But with the way A.J. Brown's attitude has been, I don't know how long Howie Roseman puts up with that, because Howie will move you. I'm not saying he gets moved, but if he gets moved, Howie's going to get something good for him, and I see AJ probably goes to a bad team. So that's why I think he's busty. Brian Thomas, I think he's crusty. I think as they get into that Liam Cohen offense a little bit more, I think things will start to open up. If you watch them with the Bucks, everybody was talking about early in the season, their run game was horrible, and they keep running, and then towards the end of the season, they really started to heat up as, they stayed consistent with the run game, got some play action going, got some other parts of the passing game going. I believe in Liam Cohen. I believe in Brian Thomas Jr. I believe in his talent.
Oh.
And I think that it'll open up in the air. I do not believe in Trevor Lawrence. Still, I do not believe in Trevor Lawrence. But sometimes when they're so wide open, not even he can miss them. So that's what I'm banking on.
Fair enough.
I know we want more discrepancy on this podcast, but I agree with you, Kyle. A.J. Brown, busty for me. The offense is broken. It's boring. I don't like it. And Brian Thomas Jr. still so young, so I'm going to say he's crusty for sure. Liam Cohen, though, Mr. Duval, I think he might be busty. I think he might be busty. Brad?
Dude, I can't. Yeah, we'll just have to move to the next because this one's pretty easy in my mind. I'm not going to put any faith in Brown anymore. Like, their offense, they don't need him. They could trade him, get some picks out of it, and be just fine. And so, yeah, and Brian Thomas Jr., yeah, dude, I mean, come on, number 4 receiver in his rookie year, he's fine. A little slump, whatever, they're figuring it out. They're distributing the ball a lot more than they did last year in Jacksonville, getting everyone involved. So I wouldn't be worried about it at all. I mean, God, you see that catch by Hunter last week? Holy shit. That looked like Colorado Hunter there, man. That was nuts. But, yeah, I think we're all in agreement on these two, Busty and Crusty.
2 tight ends to look at here that, a lot of fantasy managers went after this year. First one, Brock Bowers, tight end 17. Now, I realize he's missed one game, but he's still tight end 12 on a points per game basis. Not what you wanted. He injured his PCL there in week 1, and he's kind of been slowly coming back. They finally sat him out last week against the Colts, but he hasn't reached 6 receptions in the game. He's been over 46 yards just once. No touchdowns. Geno Smith looks busty. 9 picks, leads the NFL. Other tight end people who are relying on this first month of the season, T.J. Hawkinson of the Minnesota Vikings, tight end 21. It's a QB situation there, J.J. McCarthy, Carson Wentz, we're not really sure. But he had a huge opportunity in those first 3 games without Jordan Addison with his suspension. First quarter suspension last game for Addison, too. They go on bye this week, so I think T.J. Hawkinson, I think you can drop him in your fantasy leagues. I think Hawkinson's busty. But Brock Bowers, number 1 as a rookie last year, I'm saying he's crusty. Brad, what do you think about these 2 tight ends that people are thinking maybe, should I trade them, should I drop them?
I think if McCarthy, because, we already see what Wentz is. Okay, Wentz is bang. You probably have a higher upside this year with Wentz. But you have a much bigger downside, I feel like, too. He's a crazy son of a bitch. That guy will just do anything on a football field. So, I don't know in that situation, because I feel like if McCarthy gets back in, the tight end is a security blanket, and I think he could get his numbers elevated if McCarthy starts playing well. But so far, he's had 1 good quarter this year. So I don't know on that one. I guess I'm going to go Crusty just in case. I think he could maybe polish out by the end of the year, put a little lotion on it, a little preparation H. We'll
Flaky.
see. Yeah, but
Ashy.
Yeah. As far as Bowers goes, I don't know. Overall, if you're going long term, definitely Crusty, no problem whatsoever. This year, I'm gonna go Busty though.
Ooh.
That's a bunch of ass. I don't think anyone. I think Geno is about to get benched for Aiden O'Connell or some shit.
Yeah.
Whoever the hell they got on. I don't even know their backup quarterbacks anymore. But it's not. He looks terrible. He's done. He is done. Pete Carroll's being kind because he's his old coach. I think otherwise he already would have been benched. He is playing like ass because Genty looks good. They've got Bowers. You should at least be able to do something without turning the ball over a million times. Throw the ball in the dirt, dude. You're just killing your team. So, yeah, busty this year, but not overall.
I like that pick. Kyle, what's going on in the tight end position in Las Vegas and Minnesota?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you, Kobold. I think that Hawkinson, I think he's busty. I think what we often forget is, Hawkinson had, I think maybe 1 top 5 tight end finish in his career. And a lot of everything we've talked about with him when he was on the Lions, now he's on the Vikings, is upside. But we've never seen it. And he's in, year 7 or 8 now. So I think at some point, we kind of have to see that at a more consistent basis. And then now you bring in the quarterback situation. It's how could I possibly rely or think that that's going to be a tight end that I can depend on? So I'm saying busty for him, man. I just don't see it happening. Especially with Justin Jefferson, man. He's so good. And with J.J. McCarthy, with Carson Wentz, if you watch them play, if they get in trouble, they're throwing to Justin Jefferson, as they should. As they should. Yeah. And so usually that tight end, that's a safety blanket. No, Justin Jefferson's my safety blanket. If I'm in trouble, I'm throwing it to Justin Jefferson. So because of that, I just think he's busty. For Bowers, I think he's crusty. I don't know if you saw when you brought up Geno Smith, I went like this because that man is blind as a bat. He's just straight up throwing it to the other team. With that being said, me being a Chargers fan, I watch Brock Bowers twice a year, bare minimum, full games, plus all the other times I see. He's too talented, man. He's too talented. Even if Geno's there, he's still going to get open. He's going to get the targets. And when Geno inevitably gets benched, Aiden O'Connell is not a good quarterback, but he can hit a tight end.
He'll throw it to Bowers.
Hit a tight end.
You can feed him.
Well, that's if they don't get desperate enough to keep Bowers on the bench long enough to actually get healthy.
But
He's all they got.
I just don't think that the Raiders, they got Tom Brady as a partial owner, old school Pete Carroll. That's not a give-up type team. Mm-hmm. If they wanted to punt on the season, you don't hire Pete Carroll. You go hire.
Well, that's what I'm actually saying, though. It's because they don't want to punt on the season. They bring back Bowers before they probably should because he's really their only offensive weapon, and then he never gets healthy all year. That was kind of my point.
I mean, I guess I could see that, but I don't know. I'm just confident in his talent outside of injuries, obviously.
Oh, me too. No, I get you there.
He can't, he never gets healthy, then that's another thing. But if he gets even 85%. I'm confident he's going to bounce back and have a good season, be a top tight end again.
For sure.
Last Busty or Crusty player here. Drafted in some leagues at the top 5 position, at the top 5 of the running back position. Some places a first rounder overall. Right now he's RB 32, so not a crazy bust, but I'm not confident in him. It's Chase Brown of the Cincinnati Bengals. RB 10 last year. First year, replaces Joe Mixon. Everybody's juicing about him in the offseason. Season high in rushing yards this year for Chase Brown is 47. He's been outside the top 24 in running backs each week. Fellas, here's a good nugget for you. Since 2014, there have been 246 running backs, 246, who have seen 80-plus touches through their first 5 games of a season. Chase Brown, in total yards from scrimmage, is ranked 246th, dead fucking last. Chase Brown, I'm done with him. We see Joe Flacco, 40-year-old Joe Flacco, get traded to the Bengals today. I don't think it moves the needle for the Bengals in the win-loss column. I don't think it moves the needle for Chase Brown. Maybe a little bit for Chase and Higgins, but Chase Brown might be the biggest bust for me this season. Kyle, thoughts on Chase Brown in Cincinnati?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Bust, man. I wasn't super high on him coming into the year. Everybody had him just shooting up the rankings, and I was so confused. I was like, I know he had a good year last year, but everybody's talking about him being this top 5 back. And I'm like, do you forget that they paid Higgins? Do you forget that everything they invested was in their passing game? Like, I understand, they have to run the ball, but why do you think this guy, is going to repeat a season last year that was, once again, an outlier? They drafted a running back. I just never got it, so I'm going with bust. I never got the hype ever in the first place.
Brad, we see Joe Flacco get moved there. What do you think about Chase Brown in this upcoming final stretch here, midway stretch?
Bengals player? I don't care.
Well, that was Busty or Crusty this week on High Fiber Sports. To continue with the down theme, with the disappointing theme, we've got some teams every year that surprise us, but also teams that disappoint us. Kyle, let us know about some disappointing teams so far in the NFL.
Yeah, I think to start, I'm going to go with the most obvious one that all of us know. The Baltimore Ravens, man. What?
Wow.
It's truly unbelievable to me because basically since I've started watching football, they've just always been good, bare minimum serviceable, especially during the Lamar Jackson era. To see them coming out of week 5, 1-4. And I mean, they have that first place schedule, so you always have to take that with a grain of salt. But they haven't even been competitive. It hasn't even been a game.
Most points ever so far.
Yeah.
Am I right? Isn't it most points
ever
given up NFL
yes,
history?
oh my gosh, what the 2012 the Ravens? When they won the Super Bowl.
08 Ravens gave up less points than they already have given up this year. I believe is the status. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'll look it up and I'll pop the stat up here, but I think it's the 08
uncanny,
Ravens or something like that.
And
yeah.
It's not getting better. That was with Kyle Hamilton. That was with Roquan Smith. They're both hurt. That was with Lamar Jackson. He's hurt. He's hurt. Not only is he hurt, he's hurt with a hamstring. When his mobility is one of his biggest assets. And soft tissue injuries like that, they don't just heal.
Soft tissue issue.
Man, I'm worried about them, and I think their window might be closing. Derrick Henry's 33. He's not having a great year. He's fumbling, coughing up the rock, man. Can't do that.
Slippery.
So,
Greased.
yeah, no, that's my first team. The second team I have is the Texans, and it's really because I mean they come out of this 5 week stretch 2-3, but they've got a tough schedule ahead. They had a tough schedule to start, but once again they've got a first place schedule, and their defense is just giving up points. They did nothing to address their offensive line. Their offensive line, not only did they do nothing to address it, they made it worse. They traded away the best piece, Laramie Tunsil, to Washington for a bag of pennies to get nobody and to put it together with spare parts. And as a Chargers fan, let me tell you, you can't run an offense without an offensive line. And so they had this good game, but once again, it was against the hapless Ravens, who have essentially given up. So I'm just worried about them. I mean, the Colts are looking good. The Jags are looking good. With all the expectations that everybody had on that Houston Texans team, they've been a massive underachiever this year. And my last team,
100%.
I'm happy to say, it's the Kansas City Chiefs, baby. The dynasty's over. It's over.
Let's go.
Mr. Swift, go get married. Get out of here. Andy Reid, go retire. Go eat some hamburgers, brother. You're done. You're done. It's over with. If you guys watched that Monday night game, last play of the game, Trevor Lawrence goes in for the go-ahead score. Did you see, Brad, if you can, put up the last 10 seconds, watch Chris Jones.
Oh, I can't legally do that.
If you could legally do that, he literally stood up and walked. As Trevor Lawrence is falling down 3 times.
Bad.
3 times. He just watched him walk in for the game-winning touchdown. Like that's not Chiefs football. That's not championship football. I think it might be over, boys, and I'm happy to say it. I love to say it. But I'll pass it to you, Matt. What do you think about those 3? And do you have any other teams that you feel like are underachieving this year?
Baltimore has to be at the top, fellas. Baltimore has to be at the top.
Yeah.
They were my Super Bowl pick. Lamar was my MVP pick. My goodness, I'm looking like a queef again. Houston, definitely nice one there. Kansas City was on my list. I'll throw Cincinnati in the mix. Yeah, it's because of Burrow's injury, but it's still a disappointment. They had maybe Super Bowl aspirations with all that money given out. Atlanta getting 30-piece by Carolina. My goodness, that was my divisional pick there, was Atlanta. 2-2 coming out of the bye. We'll see what happens.
Still
but
30-0 versus.
that's embarrassing.
Oh, my.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for that.
No.
One more team I'll throw into the mix, Arizona. After that embarrassing fucking collapse against my Titans this past week, they're 2-3. I thought they could maybe push for the wild card. I'm not sure Kyler Murray is putting down the controller enough this season for that to happen. Did you guys see Jonathan Gannon, head coach for the Cardinals, push DeMarcado a couple times on the sideline? You see that?
Him a couple of times.
Yeah, you can't do that, man. You can't do that.
No.
You're 14-25 in 2+ seasons there in Arizona. Gannon is as the head coach.
I don't know, man.
He might be on the hot seat.
If my running back does that, I'm sorry. You're a professional athlete, man. I might have done that. He's better than me. He might have gotten cut right when he got back onto the sideline. I'd be like, hey, go pack it up.
That's what I was going to ask. What I was going to ask. You cutting DeMarcado after that?
Inexcusable. It's happened too many times. Yeah. It's happened this year.
Nah.
Like, it's happened this year.
Use it. You lost. Connor only has one ankle. Okay. The other one isn't in existence anymore.
Benson
and
on
so,
IR.
Like, I don't think you have. And use this as a motivational tool. I get it. Both ways of going. It could go either way. You cut him right away. Or, like, in the Patriots situation where they didn't lose faith in Stevenson, and then it pays off in the long run with his fumble troubles. So there's two ways to approach that. I prefer the Vrabel way of doing things, which you would think Vrabel being Vrabel would be the opposite, but nah. That's where you instill faith in a team and really build a team. You do shit like that like he did, nah, that locker room, like, he can apologize, but that's going to be hard to come back from.
Definitely. Brad, I want to hear your thoughts on Chris Jones' energy level, his intensity level. Is that dipshit of the year worthy? And give me your most disappointing teams.
I could have seen that in his viewpoint and maybe thinking that he was down, Lawrence was down, and then he kind of gave up. So especially with his track record, he's got nothing like this on this end.
Give him a pass.
I'm sorry, Kyle. I'm sorry, you're so delusional. Your Chargers are the ones that are fucked here. They lost their tackles. They're done. And Mahomes is starting to get offensive players. It's only looking better for them. Unfortunately, I was right. They're going to win the division, and your Chargers are going to get
No, I'm
second.
right.
I'm sorry. It's
Denver's
happening.
going to win the division, like I said. Remember that? Remember I
Remember,
said Denver?
the three of us,
Denver's
the
Oh,
three
yeah.
of us all had.
You did.
The
You
three of
did.
us all had a
Denver's
different
winning the
order
We
there.
did.
I went Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs. Kyle, you
I
went.
went Denver Chiefs, Chargers.
Brad, you went.
Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos.
All three different boys. I like it.
Well, the only thing we know for certain is I was right on the sleeper. And that's the one
That's
we can
fair.
guarantee
Yeah.
right now.
No.
That's already the correct answer.
Huge.
Whitney
It's
Johnson.
the only thing we got going for us is our wide receivers. So, hey, thanks, Brad. I appreciate the faith, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I told you, man. I saw that guy in college a lot as an Iowa State fan, man. The guy could ball.
Any other disappointing teams from you, Brad?
Really, you guys kind of covered the big ones. The other one maybe you could loop in there would be the Raiders. A lot of people thought they might make a step up just because they do have really good pieces in important positions, but not enough ancillary pieces. It's the same thing I said at the beginning of the year. It's why I didn't have faith in them. But you could call them a disappointment. Geno Smith's been ass. Another one I would say, honestly, is the Packers, which makes my soul happy. Because... 2-1-1. Oh, we're so good at stuff. Oh, we got Micah. Oh, yeah, we're really awesome.
Fuck this
You're
man.
not.
The guy's talking like this. You called me a
40 points. 40 points. Best
Why is Jordan
defense,
Love still
my
on your team?
a-hole.
You called me a dipshit last week. You called me a dipshit last week for saying Jordan Love was on your team. You still got him on your team. Why you got a Packer on your team then? You hate the Packers.
I've never, actually.
Why is he on
went
your
back
team
and
still?
looked. I haven't cut him yet because I thought maybe some dumbass in your league would actually trade for him. Because I haven't started him yet this year, and you can check the record on that one.
Trade him to Jack.
Yeah, right. I got plenty of wide receivers. Like everyone, we need running backs, damn it.
Running back's always a scarce position.
Mm-hmm. No joke.
I do have one more honorable mention. I'm not going to talk about them a long time. The Chargers. Unbiased. Lost a left tackle. Lost a right tackle. The only guard we picked up to help our interior, which was the worst part of our line, has been in and out of the lineup. Lost our running back that had never been hurt in his entire college and NFL career. That's 8 years. Hadn't missed a game. Put on IR. Then we draft a running back that doesn't miss a game his entire college career. Put in IR. The Chargers' curse is unparalleled. And my pain is infinite. Never ending. That's all I want to say. Just as a disappointing team. Because we had some hopes, man. We did. But
Hey, I thought you guys were going to kill it this year.
it's always next year.
I don't think so anymore.
I'll be ready to get hurt again.
I'm not
back
giving
in,
up.
They'll probably be fine with Harbaugh at the helm, but they ain't going to be what they could be.
Certainly not.
I'm not giving up. And Herbert, we trust.
Amen.
And Herbert, we trust.
You know how much time he had to throw? 2.16 seconds. That's not a lot.
Yeah, he's about to pick up syphilis with that lack of protection.
It's
whoa,
crazy.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
He got hit. He's gotten pressured 80 times in 3 games.
Ooh.
80 times in 3
Yeah,
games. He's
that's
on
too
track to get hit 40 times more than Andrew Luck, retired because he got killed. 40 more times than he got hit at this point in his career. He's on track to get hit 40 more.
No me
It's bad.
gusta.
I don't like to hear
It's
that.
bad.
I don't like to hear that. Well, fellas, that's going to do us this week for High Fiber Sports. We hope everybody's getting their fiber in. Please like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Fellas, it's the best month of the year, in my opinion. October, I'm not an NHL guy, but the NHL is firing up tonight. We got baseball playoffs. Seattle's about to go up 2-1 on Detroit. Toronto's looking for a fucking sweep in New York against the Yankees. We got NBA preseason going, of course, NFL, college football. My goodness, you need 2 to 3 screens every night. Kyle, we appreciate you coming out here, joining us again on High Fiber Sports. Anything you got for the people, maybe a prediction about your Chargers? How you feeling about Herbert, Omari, and Hampton, and the big three at wide receiver?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to say that Herbert's been playing fantastic. I know he was in the MVP discussion the first 3 weeks. And a lot of people, like, if they don't watch the games, they're probably like, oh, it was all a fluke. He's been choking. You watch the games, he's been the only reason we've been even slightly competitive. Even in the last game, we had a second and 15, converts it. There was I don't even know. Some penalty gets called back. Go back to a second and 24, converts it again. Another penalty, backs us up another 5 yards. They decide to run a draw. Like, that's just the epitome of our year. But he's still been doing his thing. I think he's still a very viable fantasy asset because he's all we got. He's going to be throwing until, knock on wood, he doesn't get hurt. Omarion Hampton, I think he's going to be a stud when he comes back in 4 weeks. If you make a trade for him and you have the ability to kind of bridge that gap with other running backs, I think it could be a league winner for you later. Because once he comes back, I mean, you saw him the last 2 weeks. He had like 170 yards plus from scrimmage both weeks. So he's going to be a workhorse. So if you can get him, I'd get him. Chargers wide receiver, Quentin Johnson. Hey, man, I was wrong. You were right. He's an explosive athlete. Still doesn't have the hands, but he's gotten better. So he's got that explosive potential. He's seeing a lot of targets. I think Ladd McConkey has had a really disappointing season for a lot of people, but I think late in the year he's going to become a lot more targeted once teams are still focusing on him really heavily, which is why he hasn't been targeted. So as that shifts more to Quentin Johnson, I think Ladd is going to really start to pop off a little bit too. But have no hope for the Chargers season as far as like playoffs or anything. But fantasy, hey, pick them up, guys. We're going to be scoring.
No playoffs, Chargers. No playoffs.
I would be very happy and surprised. That line is it's not an NFL caliber offensive line. 2.16 seconds to throw is. You can't do anything. And they can't run block either. It'd be one thing if they could run block also, like they were bad at they were just bad at both. So it's just tough to operate an NFL offense when that's the case.
I needed a damn bib for the amount that I was drooling about Omarion Hampton over this preseason, so I might go look to try to trade for him. Brad, take us home, brother. Put us to bed this week on High Fiber Sports.
Well, boys, another great week, a bunch of comebacks, excellent NFL season so far. The parity is real. This is why I like to make crazy picks at the beginning of the year, because some of them might just be freaking correct by the end of the year. My Jaguars still killing it, right?
Hey,
I called that one. Outside of that, I mean, I got nothing else. I mean, one time I turned one of those air dusters upside down and sprayed it at my nipple, and now I can't feel it anymore. But football-wise, I got nothing.